Groovy.
Yeah, it really was.
That was groove.
I was feeling it. I'm going to put up I'm going to put up a Honeycomb Hideout emblem.
Okay.
In the store real quick, just to have one.
I
wasn't going to do it. Now I'm going to do it.
I am too.
See? I'm doing it.
We're on
there
the
it
same
is.
Page.
Just tonight. And look what I'm going to do, too. I'm going to put a link in it. I'm going to put twitch.tv/Sepsiss Bandalacia. Twitch.tv/Sepsiss Bandalacia. Okay. Now, I'm going to slide it. See, it's slitted.
You slid it? What?
Do you want that? Do you have one of those?
I do have one of those. I'm using one of those right now.
Good for you.
I have one of those.
Fantastic.
Right.
Welcome to the Honeycomb Hideout, where we talk about, well, we've been talking about a whole bunch of stuff lately, but we usually talk about music industry news, and we talk about tech, and it's also usually on Facebook, but we've broken it for the last while. We have to figure out what's going on with that, and I think the plan is to wait still, because we were going to take a short break during this time, but we decided to continue on every hump day.
Once they let me.
The show is usually organized into 8 different parts, but today I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on smoking weed. Shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to our sponsors at Convicted Printing. Also, Eargasm earplugs. Our friends, Savage Ladies of Metal.
Oh, yeah.
Haunted Honeymooners. We have a lot of honeys. Because we got the Metal Honeys podcast, we got the Honeycomb Hideout, and we have our friends, the Haunted Honeymooners. And then we got Sean.
Honeys.
Right, I was going to say that we got ICG for life, Sean, with the honey drizzle.
How could I forget he had the honey drizzle?
We need to start sharing cake recipes. That's all I know. I heard Melissa was sharing her fabulous Neiman Marcus cookies. Yeah.
What?
I think they're up to $170 now.
Whoa.
If anybody wants to
help us out with the Neiman Marcus cookies, please donate now. Well, supplies last.
I was going to come on here and talk about a whole bunch of like controversial stuff and respond to social media, but I wanted to just change up the beginning of this because I am very, very happy.
That's awesome. That's great. That's awesome.
I'm going to tell you why.
Happy day.
Sometimes, old William, I tend to bite off a little bit more than I can chew. Just kidding. I don't ever do that. But I do plan, and not everything goes accordingly all the time. But guess what I do? I plan for things to not always work.
So you have like another plan?
Yes. And
So you don't just have just one plan.
Right. And there is a general plan, and that plan is to not plan yourself out of a plan. Huh?
From too much planning?
There's, of course, because a person could confuse themselves, or be like, especially everyone's meted the fuck out. Everything's algorithmic, and we'll be talking about that later. Everything's numbers. Everybody thinks they're on fucking Wall Street. You know that.
Yeah.
Everything's metrics and numbers and follows and fucking insights and reactions.
Impressions.
We don't, yeah.
Reach.
I'll tell you, I've got an impression. I got an impression some people out there need to take a break on social media. Some of this shit's getting to you guys.
Yeah.
Again, for the record, I'm only here on social media. I'm only broadcasting to talk about the band. That's why when I come and broadcast or I make YouTube series, I tend to stick to the subject, which gives me the right and the responsibility moving forward as a band member and an administrator to continue talking about the band, not personal or past behaviors or habits that are off camera. That's why each week we tend to focus on music and the professional behaviors alongside it.
Right.
I have to celebrate today because it's another great example of our success using these tools appropriately. I am thrilled to say that I underestimated our band.
How so?
I underestimated our ability.
Musically or
Okay, now
the ability to learn?
walk yourself in my shoes. I've played with Robert before. He's a legacy member. He's familiar with the music. But Rob as a drummer, first of all, let's back up a moment.
Okay.
For the sake of pain reduction in the conversation. It's probably painfully confusing watching Sepsiss, as I mentioned, watching you. People think they know who you are, Lexi, because they watch fucking social media. You just have to remember that. It's just something that they might watch an hour of this, and based on this hour, and then conversation. So we're going to get off this live, and then people will continue to have conversations about us. Where those conversations lead, or how they manifest, or how they grow from there, has nothing to do with the fuck we do online.
No.
But there are people that will imagine, when this thing turns off, there are people that imagine that they know what we talk about and what we do. They're fucking certain of it.
It's very like set in stone, like you can't shake them. Even if someone rational is like, you don't know these people.
Right. We
They're
could
still
point
like,
out,
no.
we could count the hours in the day that we are actually observed by people. We could count the moments. And you want to know how we can count? We can go back the last 10 years and prove it by the amount of stuff we've uploaded and broadcasted. Mm-hmm. So we can measure and contrast the time that we're not online. And the times that we're not online, it's not like we have 34,000 people standing in front of us watching us eat.
No.
But the accumulation of those people, their imaginations, what they feel like they remember, what they think that they're experiencing every day through social media, the conversations in between, they've stitched all these things in together with their imagination, and they pretend that they can see me in private.
They're hallucinating. That sounds like a creature that's hallucinating.
Right, so what I'm trying to say is, out of the 30-second to the 120-second video that you put up a week, I think you put up 1 or 2 videos a week for the last couple of years. So out of 120 seconds that people see you a week, they have formulated personal...
like a story about how your life is.
Yes. Yep.
A story about your life that you don't know that you have.
Right, but if you ask, if I'm like, yo, what's your favorite color? They won't know. If I'm like, what's your favorite position? They won't know. If you ask them, what's your favorite ice cream? They won't know. So, you know what I'm saying? If you ask people personal questions about Melissa, they won't know. Do you want to know why they don't know? It's not because they're bad people. Do you want to know why they don't know? It's because they're experiencing this woman through our entertainment jobs.
Through a screen. What you guys are looking at right now.
So a lot of people, they're stuck on a channel, on a frequency of when they view what I say or what we do through the very limited scope of what we are showing people on purpose. They haven't realized we're showing it to them on purpose. And the reason why this illusion is there is because everyone else, Lexi, goes online and they don't know why they're going online.
They don't.
They haven't had a plan.
Or a purpose of going online.
So this planning thing is more serious than you thought. In the modern, most people don't remember or recall. They have no plan. When they wake up in the morning, they turn the shit on, and that's it. It's not like they turn it on and they said, I'm going to spend 10 minutes doing.
So I can hopefully get this result.
Right. So there's no predictable result from it. There's just whatever comes at them, whatever, and then the impulse and the emotion and the...
So it's like whatever they consume and they act on impulse and
the
action.
more distance there is, the more time and the more physical distance there is from whatever's going on in here, the more confusing it is. But there's this pressure to feel like we all know what's going on around the world at any given time. I know what Britney's doing. I know what's going on with Kesha. Did you hear what happened with Triple H? The thing in Bosnia. There's this overwhelming excitement to be right and to be, to be instant and to be, and to one up and to me too and to pick a side so. A lot of times, what people are reacting to on the internet are like stories, dude. And then finding this, finding the characters and stories that work best for your current emotional state.
Whatever works best for them.
Right. Like sometimes the Joker is a good guy. Mm-hmm. Right. People love the fucking Joker. And every version of him. But Batman's his enemy. You know what I mean? So it's like there's these two forces, and everybody loves them. No one can pick, you know what I'm saying? And then there's this pressure to pick one, but everybody loves both of them for. I mean, Batman's a fucking criminal. He takes the law into his own hands. He runs around in the nighttime. He breaks all the fucking rules. But people feel that he's morally right.
Because he's
so people go, he's a good guy. So everybody, because he's the likable baby face, he's not ugly. He's young, he's muscular, he's been through pain, we can relate. We're supposed to have sympathy for him. His parents died, so we're supposed to give him a pass. Oh, Batman, your parents died. You can run around in the nighttime with a fucking mask on. No, he's in hiding. People that wear masks are in hiding. People that you never trust a person that covers their face, ever. But, if one is like a hero, you know what I'm saying? If a hero, you have to say hero. I'm telling you, even Spider-Man, anybody that comes and say they are a hero and they come with a mask on, you never trust them. They're willing to show their face. That means they're not willing to accept themselves when they make mistakes. See that? They live a double life. So yeah, man. We're supposed to give Batman a pass because his parents died and he's the Dark Knight and all this stuff happened to him. But, he breaks the rules and he breaks the fucking law. You know what I mean? And the only time that Batman allows the law to play a role in his life is when it's convenient, when it helps him catch the bad guys. He doesn't go by the law at any time. Mm-hmm. But people love the Joker. Why? Because the Joker he is who he is. He's not pretty. He's never in hiding. And, he's driven. He's got a plan. He's not a really nice guy or nothing like that, but like the wasp, the wasp, it doesn't really pollinate. It's not going to lie to you and tell you it's here to pollinate the world. It's not going to put themselves out there like they're going to just some bumbling sweet bee bumbling around, wasting time. No. The wasp has a different agenda. It has a different aerodynamic pathway. It knows what it wants. It knows its time here. It understands mortality. It don't sting you one time and get tired. It doesn't lose focus of the hive. See, a bee, you go look over what's sweet over there. He bumble around and go sniffing around. but not a wasp. Yeah, even a grown human, even a grown man is scared of a wasp. My man ain't no scared of no bee or nothing. Like, they swat him away. But even a grown man, a fucking elephant, is scared of a fucking wasp. Because they know, well, once you get stung by a wasp, it can sting you over and over and over and over and over again. And the only way you can get rid of a wasp is to kill the wasp. The only way to do, and even then, you can't defeat the wasp, because when you kill the wasp, it lets off a chemical reaction, and all the other wasps come. For the sake of pain reduction, you can't put calamine lotion on this, man. I'm going to keep it 100% with y'all. I was really concerned about how quickly we were going to be able to get these guys to play a set, as well as I'm about to reveal.
May I ask what your prediction was?
Don't be mad at me.
No, not at all.
Man, and this will probably stroke some egos, but like, I've worked really hard to try to get some of the probably least talented players in my life during the course of this project. We've had kids in here come in with the fucking triangle. You've seen them come in. Yeah. It's nothing against nobody. Well, hey, man, we love them to death. It's not good. Think about Nate. No, I think about Nate, the keyboard player. You know what I'm saying? I mean, great guy, fell on my arm and broke my arm.
Right.
It's about all he brought to the band. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm just saying, not much to offer musically. I spent fucking time. There isn't a piece of music or nothing that was ever offered or to, you know what I'm saying? It was like, wow, so many years. And I just think in terms of pain reduction, okay? Mm-hmm. It was my plan to be in a lot worse shape musically today than I had imagined. Because Robert is a legacy player, meaning we would have to completely rewire his brain to play like modern Sepsiss. Mm-hmm. Rob's a great drummer, you know what I mean? But
did you imagine that was going to take a lot more time than it did to rewire?
Because I have had to train some of the most challenging players in my life, and I don't regret it, because honestly, when I'm playing with an 8-year-old, I'm always finding ways to improve myself. Like an 8-year-old showed me something on guitar I've never seen before. So I never look at. That's why I play with all levels of players. For those people out there that might have thought what I was saying was mean, no. I'm saying that I'm better than a lot of players. And a lot of people will be mad at me for saying that, but I'm still better than a lot of players. And a lot of people go, he's a fucking dick! And I'll go, okay, but I'm still better than a lot of players. So we could do that around and around and around, and we could have a relay about it. But it doesn't mean we're good people and bad people. It doesn't mean we're the Joker and Batman. It just means I practice a lot of guitar and I care a lot. You see what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't be stripped of my credibility. I shouldn't be stripped of my resume because I care about guitar more than people. It's a fucking paradox. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, guys that are good at shit, if you're a great sculptor in the modern day, if you say anything about sculpting, if you like sculpting too much, or if you're like, I want to be a master sculptor, the modern day way to look at people, to look at your neighbors is go, what makes you think you can be a model? What makes you think you can own a company? That's the way we deal with each other. So I'm always prepared for that. Yeah, no, I play unique guitar. I've spent 17 years crafting a unique approach to the instrument. I think that I have gained the ability to learn and practice in a way where I don't have limitations in my playing. And a lot of the musicians that I work with, I teach them to adapt and build the same type of habits. I try to teach people and encourage people to approach music with the same limitless mentality, the same we never make it mentality. You never made it because you did a certain technique. You never made it because you won a certain award. You never did it. You know, but I've worked with a lot of low-level musicians who at one point in their lives they've behaved or they felt like they've made it or they did it. The behavior did not meet, you know, the success. The observable talent and skill sets did not meet the ego. It didn't match. You know, it's like having 700,000 monthly Spotify followers, and then you got 17 reactions on the last post or the last birthday video you put up. It just doesn't add up.
The frequencies don't match.
The frequency doesn't match. It's not resonant. And everybody knows that if you have one tuning fork at one resonance and another tuning fork set to a different frequency, you will ring one tuning fork and the other one won't ring sympathetically. It's not sympathetic to you because it's different than you. So in this sense, I have worked with a lot of overprivileged attitudes and a lot of underprivileged talent. That is all 30. That's every member that we've ever played with. Like it or not, Scott.
Wow. That's
we could sit down and eye to eye, and they know it. They know they can't play like Will. And that'll bother a lot of people because they go, oh my God, Will's so fucking, oh geez, Will. They can't play with Will. And if you go back in any video, if you go back in any 10 years ago, 8 years ago, members from 6 years ago, 7 years ago, if you go back in any interview, any blog, if you go in the Source magazine, if you go in Revolver magazine, if you go in any interview that we've ever had, if you take me out of the interviews, every single member will agree to that in every past interview that you've ever heard. So don't take what I'm saying now as the evidence. Don't do that. Go back in interviews and read it from past members from 8 years ago. Fuck those other guys that we just had. Members ago from 8 years ago, 9 years ago, and the ones we just had. Go look at the most recent to the farthest interviews from everybody, with the exception of me. Don't look up no interview with me. Go look up in every single interview with Melissa and any past band member, all of them, and go back in time and look at who they say taught them it all. And look at who they say is responsible for all of it.
Look at it for yourself.
Look at it for yourself. Don't listen to me. So in terms of pain reduction, I'm telling you guys that I've had a lot of super privileged type behaviors, but the skill level don't match. And I know this because I'm the person that trains everybody for the music. I'm the one that is including Melissa. So ask her. Go ask her. Go look in past interviews. Look in the most recent past. You see the full band interview we had recently? Go look at these interviews. And they will all explain to you in person who's responsible for all this bullshit. And who trained everybody with all of it. And who's responsible and who wrote it all. So what I'm saying is pain reduction. This has to do with me training people to play the band. Of course, Lexi, I was terrified because I had to go and train a whole bunch of new people. And I turned the fucking corner and I am completely shocked. Yes, Melissa?
Would you like a bowl of spaghetti or should I leave it on the burner?
No. I'll wait. You made the noodles already?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna deny. That's fine. I'll have a small bowl.
A small bowl.
Sure. I'm gonna be slurping all over the.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna slurp.
She's the best. She takes really good care of us. She's the shit. Thank you, Melissa. I love her.
So, and the reason why I do all of this stuff is because my girlfriend Melissa asked me to. She hired me to play this role in the band. So that's why I do it. So for everybody who want to know why I'm so mean, is because Melissa hired me to be. She also hired me to train the other members how to play her music. She had to train me. She had to hire me to train the other musicians to play the music because she hired me to write the music. Fuck! This is getting difficult.
So the point
All
is...
this responsibility is driving me crazy.
The point is Melissa hired you.
Yes.
To do it.
Right.
Hired you to be here.
Right.
Just like she hired all of us.
Right.
We all have responsibilities because she hired.
Because she hired us and we agreed to it. So what I'm trying to tell you is per pain reduction. Of course I was worried because I'm the guy hired to train all the next people. So I'm directly. So it's like if we're hiring somebody and they're like, I don't like Will's voice. Well then we can't do it.
Automatically, there's a problem.
Right. So it's like, I don't like Will's God. I don't like, I don't like Will's cologne, which is marijuana. I'm not gonna. Right. It's like if Will doesn't go to bed at the suggested time that the rest of the band members do, then they're out. I know.
They're punished.
So, but what happens is so per pain reduction, people will use if they know that your dream is music, they'll use it as hostage to try to control you. What's new? That's like some gatekeeping weird shit. But like, Lexi, I am fucking stunned because, and this is the truth. I hope everybody's watching.
Stunned.
Especially all the staff members. I hope they're watching this. Because I refuse to come on here and pretend like there's some skeletons in my closet. No, I'm a dirtbag from way back in the day. I prioritize the band and my girlfriend. I prioritize the band. So when people ask me where my loyalty lies, it's always with Melissa and the band all the time.
I will be right back.
See? And this is why.
Thank you.
This is why.
You're the best.
This is why.
You know how to do that.
If somebody's like, "Oh, you didn't like," oh, that's good. I don't give a fuck if you're
y'all.
right.
Really
You could be my
is.
friend from high school. I don't give a fuck if you think you know me from social media. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Thank you.
I've been with Melissa for 10 years. This is our life's project. This is our baby together. I don't care who's with it, who's not with it. That's what I'm with. I don't do laws. I don't do morals. I don't do none of it. So if there's any mistake about that, now everybody knows I don't give a fuck. I don't care on the internet, and I don't care in real life. All right. So, the guys that we have coming in here feel the same way. I'm so happy to announce that we have right now the energy. We haven't seen this fucking type of energy in the band since 2017. I'm telling you, the music that we've been playing
Since 2017?
I could feel it. I'm going to tell you something. I was not feeling this way a few weeks ago. I was not. Based on, we've had a lot of practice. Like, we had some practices. We got a solid band.
Yeah.
Sounds great. But you know what I'm saying? In the back of my mind, I've wondered to myself, damn, am I going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we want to be as competitively as possible for the third. Did I think that there was a chance of that? No way, man. To be real with you, no. 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 No, because I would never expect anyone to be able to come into the fray at this time at short notice and be able to hang with the current not to be able to rewire your brain on drums. Yes, ma'am.
We have a new person in the chat, Trashy Studios. Their question is, how do you decide who you work with? I just had to bring it up.
Okay, yeah, please, because right. Well, there's a few factors that I have to, it's different now. Like, I can't just make a decision on who to work with based on me. My job in the band is to highlight and pay attention to people auditioning that understand that it takes every individual to play a part in their respective departments to fly Sepsiss. So, like, people who are going into the band with individual motives. So, the first thing I do is a risk assessment. You're asking me a massive policy. Melissa, this is the smartest question anybody's asked me, and probably the longest, which is why there's a whole series on this right now. It's a documentary. It's called Road to the Throne. Sorry, it's called Road to the Swarm. But that's good to know too, because it's a spin-off of our original documentary called Road to the Throne. Mm-hmm. And Road to the Throne is when we were looking for a drummer in 2020. Now it's Road to the Swarm. And it's kind of looking like a guitar player thing.
Yeah. Yep.
We don't know what the fuck it is.
Definitely like a guitar player.
It's about building the band, though. All together.
All in totality, yes.
But.
And it's really cool, too. You guys should definitely check it out.
To answer the first part of your question, risk assessment. See, back in the day, people just wanted to play music. The last 20 fucking players that we've had in this band, they wanted to join the band and us take pictures of them looking like a band. You guys gotta understand how difficult that is. Like, I need to be open with you guys. We have never had any player in the band. Here's some Sepsiss trivia for you. We have never had any player play in Sepsiss for over 2 years. With the exception of Robert.
Robert's the only one?
Yes.
That played over 2 years?
Yes.
How many years?
Because a Sepsiss season is February to November.
Yeah. How many years did he play then?
4.
Oh wow.
And then it goes cam bars. So just so you know, wow. That's what you get. Technically, I mean.
That's heavy.
Yeah. So I'm just to keep it real. That's how you know. We've never had a past player. We have never had a past player play in the band over 2 years. We have never had a past player write a song with Sepsiss. And we have never had a past player be able to play the whole catalog. We don't have a big catalog. So, like, if you went to shows last year, mm-hmm. there were songs that you've never heard us play.
Yeah.
If you went to a show the year before that, there are many songs you didn't never heard us play. There are songs that people have never heard Sepsiss play on stage. There are no songs that me and Melissa cannot play because me and Melissa wrote and recorded all the songs. We need players that can play the music. Not players that I need to teach how to play. I can't. So to answer this guy's question, I have screwed up big time by hiring players who can't play my music. Not hiring bad guys or good guys, jokers and Batmans and all that. I know that people want to do the... I told you guys, I'll never say anything negatively, personally, about anybody online, ever. It'll never happen. It's just something I don't do. And I speak professionally here because this is my band and I'm still in it. So if you're not in the band and you have something to say, then that that's fine. That's a personal opinion. This is a professional opinion because I'm in the band. And I'm only talking about the ability to play the music. So to answer your question, one major mistake that I have had, as Melissa has hired me to be part of the training process with auditions, I have had a lower standard for people to join the act. So per risk assessment, I need to focus on my attention on trying to hire and continue the conversation with people that have the ability to play all of the music. Not people I like from a popularity contest. Not hire my friends or people that are my roommates or, you know what I'm saying? I need to hire musicians to be in the band. I need to hire business people. I need to hire musicians. Not people who want to be personal. Not people who want to kiss and cuddle or be formal or worried about. I need people who are ready to invest. I need people who have, if anything, I need people at the bottom line. I need people who can physically be available and play the music. That's one thing we've never had. Even our best players could not play some of our songs. I want that to change. Like, that should be, for a band at our level, every band member in our band should have no problem playing the material.
Is that the goal for the end of Road to the Swarm?
Yes. Is to have players that cognitively, academically can play the music. And when I say cognitively, I mean they understand comprehensively chord progressions, scales, tempos, timing. I can communicate with them as a professional musician. The players that I've had in the past, we don't share the same academic or professional practicing habits.
Or language.
So, right, with the language, very good. It's music theory. And we don't have the same academic, physical dedication and approach to practicing each and every day. So Melissa's hired me to write the music, so I'm getting better and better and better and better. But what's happening but if we're not all doing that, I'm evolving as a player. You know what I'm saying? Melissa's my girlfriend. I get to practice with her all the time. So we're like always getting better. We're always learning new tricks, always doing this thing. But you know what I'm saying? Online, it looks like we're all together on time. But that's not true. The only person that can pull... If you've ever seen anything on Sepsiss, it's because I posted it. Me and Melissa are the admins. There's no other admins on the pages. Anything and everything, every wardrobe, every picture, every photo shoot, any music, anything you've ever seen, if it's ever been uploaded, it's because I took it with the phone myself. There's not like another department that does that.
You did that.
I'm responsible for all of it. Every note, every symbol, every jacket, every color. If Melissa says post it, I post it. We're a team. Well, you know that, but they don't know that. Mm-hmm. It feels like there's a whole bunch of people doing that. Mm-hmm. Because we make it appear that way. But because we're entertainers, right? You see what I'm saying? But they don't. A lot of people, like, they might get it, but like the general fans don't get that. The Swarmies understand that. Well, hopefully that should be quite obvious. Some of them have visited us.
But to the general fan,
They don't know.
That.
They have no fucking clue.
And that is why.
So that's on a musical and skill level approach, Lex. What about the whole other part? What about, here's something that you guys don't realize. It's not just balancing friends and relationships and all that other shit. Fuck all that. I told you what the priority was. No. What about social media? The last 10 or 15 people we've hired in the staff, they didn't know how to behave on social media. Just the fact of the blue checks and the fucking, and dude, the virality and the fucking follows and how many people, we've removed more people in the last 4 years over social media than any other reason. And because they cannot handle the ability to have access to talk to people and send messages all day. They go fucking crazy. Whether it be rumors and tabloids or the obsession with plays and views and attention.
They just get so
wrapped up in it. It's just the attention. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, they don't even give a shit. Well, people will continue to talk about us now because there's nothing else to fucking talk about. They're just now realizing they never did anything. Mm-hmm. So for some people, this is all they got. So social media would be a big one. We need to kind of make sure that people aren't falling down the same rabbit hole. And look, here's how it is. I realize it. This time around, we actually sat down. Like, me and Lexi sat down for quite some time. And we were like, what if we just turned off? What if we just made it so the performing members didn't go on the page anymore? Mm-hmm. We considered this.
Yeah.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think that only administrators and writers and creators should be on the Sepsiss page and on the Sepsiss social media. Do you think the fact that we have 45,000 followers, do you think that that's distracting to people?
Me? I don't think so.
Well, you've been on you're on the page.
Me.
You're here.
Right. But we want to hear from you.
Right. So, because we considered, put a 2 in the chat if you think the new lineup should be just as much involved on social media as we've presented members in the past. Put a 2 in the chat if you still want us to take pictures of band members. And, you know what I mean? Like, basically. They can't come on and administrate the page. So what am I supposed to do? Lexi's laughing. Because she knows it's frustrating. I don't tell Melissa when to post.
Your sole purpose for wanting to be in this project at this point in the project should be to be able to play the music. Not just be on our social media pages,
right,
building public figures. Yes, that's
right,
great. Yes, that's important.
Right.
But your sole purpose, bottom line, for being here and being a part of Melissa and William's dream is to play their music, their entire catalog.
Right, not your music. That would be your band. Like if you wanted to do blues or rap or juggle or whatever your priority is, as I've explained to people in the past, I think that if you love something a past member has done here before, the same recommendation is for you. There's nothing that should prevent you from supporting and loving and helping growing all the artists that you love in life. Sepsiss will never be. I won't be. Certainly Melissa won't be. And Lexi won't be. The kinds of people that are going to ask you to not like some music, like, because I don't like Tech Nine, I'm going to ask somebody not to listen to Tech Nine. Because I don't listen to Katy Perry, I'm not going to ask somebody not. I think that people should continue to support the artists that they love because that's who you love and support. I don't think you should love and support somebody being in Sepsiss because they're popular to you. I think that if you love Sepsiss and you want somebody to be in this band, you should want what we want, which is somebody that can play the catalog. So I'll have people sometimes, they'll say, I wish Chris Stone was in the band. And I'll say, I don't. People will say, I want those guys back in the band. We don't want them back in the band because we need people that can play the full catalog. We need people that can follow the rules that we set. We need people that understand and share our same level of understanding, not popularity. So, moving forward, we need people who can learn the music that we're currently making. That's been really hard for people.
Like Blade Lines, be able to...
Bleed lines, it took us a while to learn bleed lines, the past characters. We're flying on this one, though. This is what I wanted to say. So last night we had band practice, which is weird because we've been having band practice on Tuesday, and this is so strange for me.
It's the new Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new Sepsiss Sunday.
While everybody's playing video games and finger fucking themselves, we was at band practice. And, yo, dude. I wasn't going to say this because I don't like saying it. But major, I didn't expect that we were going to sound as good as we sounded last night. I wanted to put the guitar away and go home.
What?
And because I wanted to think about it. You want to know why? And I'm going to tell everybody right now. And this is going to upset some people.
What?
I'm serious. Because it just got a lot harder on motherfuckers, man. Because of how good these boys sounded last night. I didn't think we were gonna sound as good as we do right now. I thought that was gonna take a lot more time because I'm used to dealing with what I'm used to dealing with. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready for what the fuck happened. First of all, Melissa and the boys have rededicated themselves and locked in a way. It's almost like we were supposed to have all this challenge. We were supposed to have all this turbulence. But nope, nothing, man. These motherfuckers team. And like, I don't know, just the team locked in heavier. They locked in harder. People bit down harder. The music, man, the dedication. We haven't seen this kind of dedication to our music in fucking years. Wow. I'm just on a professional. That's not a personal statement. That's a professional statement. I love Rob, you know that, but you know I don't want to make any personal statements. Professionally, I've never seen a group of individuals. You know, we said double it. These motherfuckers doubled down. Like, I thought that we were going to present this challenge to everybody, and they were going to be anxious, and they were going to be, maybe on the fence. Or I thought, no way. Like, take the world by swarm. Like, these gentlemen and ladies, yourself included, the way that you guys have been handling and flying this company in the last couple of months has been amazing. To see you guys completely turn this thing around and go fucking double barrel shotgun at this thing is fucking intense to watch, let alone to be a part of. You guys are breathing brand new life, not just into the team, but the music.
It really shows in the music.
Last
really
night
does.
was and you know what we haven't heard, which we've been wanting to hear, is the tightness.
And it's getting there.
Like,
it's getting there,
that's
y'all.
the stuff. That's the stuff, man. We weren't getting that even before. The tightness. And I just want to say that I couldn't be happier. I'm right now. I'm really working with the energy and the personalities. Like, I wanted to work this hard. This is what I've wanted. This is what me and Melissa, we wanted to work hard. And we wanted to work with band members that were like matching that. These fucking guys We're kicking their ass, and they're fucking kicking our ass right back. It's coming right back at us.
The input is matching the output.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a well-oiled machine right now. It's starting to get going. It's like a brand new machine.
You can't back them down. No one's pussy. It's just like fucking hits. Yeah.
The strength.
And like, it was cool because like,
it really is incredible.
With this new team, and it's not just band members. We built a whole new team. The whole team. And art department, merch department, the whole thing.
All of it.
And we sat down, and everybody took their the worst shit they ever did in their lives. Everybody took out, anything that anybody can come, we put on the table. If everybody's sexual preferences and everybody's scary stuff and people that drew on their pillow, we just put it all on the table. And the whole team just have at it. Because we wanted to start off in a place where social media and personalities and everything, this time around, we're going to build a force field. And we were going to put all the skeletons and all the crazy stuff and all the history and all the scary stuff and put it on the table for everybody to pick through and examine. Make phone calls about, tell secrets. Let's put it all out there. Because we needed to get to the music.
And sometimes you have to do that.
So we were thinking all these crazy thoughts, like maybe we shouldn't have these people come on, and maybe we shouldn't do this, and maybe we shouldn't take pictures, and we were like, hold the fuck on. We're like gonna steal the gift. That's what people want, is for us to be regretful and to step forward and to not share it with somebody else. But after the work that I've been seeing these guys put in, I'm like, wow. I'm telling you right now, if you're a fucking drummer out there, this shit is going to get hard. Because these fucking people are fighting for this. If you're a guitar player out there, these guys are better than me, man. I'm telling you.
I feel like the guitar players should have like their own separate battle.
You keep saying that. I think you're right. I mean,
because they're also coming in locked and loaded too. Even though like the structure of the instrumental is coming together with the bass, the guitars, the drums. Now the second guitar player with Melissa.
There's two things moving here. There's there's a whole
There's a structure happening here with Melissa, the bass, the lead guitarist, the drummer, and then there's a whole other element that's over here brewing on the sidelines that people in the Hive, if you guys are in the Hive, you guys are a Patreon, you guys are seeing this little brew happen. So it's like there's one fight happening here and there's another potential battle. This is intense.
It really is. I honestly, we started the program.
I want to start doing commentary like a wrestling match or something. Next up is Zachy B. You know what I mean?
No, Zach's killing it, and what a great example of you're talking about the type of players that are auditioning. We're not even talking about the lineup. The people that are auditioning are these people. Were fans prior to. This wasn't somebody they're becoming a band member because they're stuck living with me. This isn't a band member that needs to be in my band because I employ him or her. This isn't somebody that out of convenience they live next door and what the hell they're gonna play the drums. No, man. These are people that are fans of the music ahead of time. These are people that are fans of the band ahead of time. A lot of people auditioning this time around they've started off and said, hey, I'm already a really big fan. I don't think we had people, no offense to, a lot of people that have played with us or even been staff members, not all of them like the music, really, Not all of them. Leo hated the music.
What?
He couldn't stand it. He told me that. He didn't like the kind of music it was. I'm not going to make nobody
I didn't know that.
He didn't like the music. But he was, but he was a technical, deaf guy. You know what I'm saying? I love that kind of music, but I can see where that would be difficult for him,
Right.
So, it's to each their own. Everyone has their own taste,
right.
Can't get mad at nobody for that. But it just shows you in contrast of like when we were kids, we just wanted to play. We were so desperate. It's like, hey man, can you pick up the sticks? You know, a person could walk and tie his shoes. We let him in the band. Mm-hmm. You see my point?
Yeah.
We took in any bum or
anyone.
Right.
Anybody that said they wanted to
Right,
learn.
okay, right. This is something that we've always wanted to do. And we weren't planning on being a professional band when we started doing this. You know, honestly, even when you walked into our lives, Lexi, we didn't know. You know? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You had walked into our lives in a time when we hadn't made that decision yet.
If you guys were gonna go pro or not?
Yeah, I mean, we were.
You guys were dancing with it.
Dancing with the idea, you know. But we didn't have a. I mean, at the time when you walked into our lives, there was only me, Robert, and Melissa. There wasn't any. When you became our merch girl, there was only 3 of us.
There was no bass player.
And no keyboard player.
And no keyboard. The first show I ever did as a merch girl.
It was 3 of us.
It was just the 3 of you.
Yes. 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 You just had to remember.
Wow.
Go look at the To Write Hate video. You weren't in the band then.
No. Nope, I was not. No. That was the next video. That was the first video when y'all...
After, right, shortly after. Yep.
After I came to y'all.
Yep.
Shortly after...
So the only reason... And just to be fair, the only reason why any of that happened was circumstantial. It wasn't professional. It's just we were all in the same place at the same time, having fun. We weren't shooting a professional music video. Or not, we weren't thinking of that. That wasn't the plan. We were just like, oh, let's go to Terry's and play with the camera. We didn't have a plan or anything. We were like, let's...
It ended up being really dope.
Right, and then we just made and then the rest of it, it's not even a music video. The rest of it is us pretending to act or whatever we were doing. We didn't have no actors, and I didn't know you, and I was like, hey kid, you want to be in the thing? And you were like, sure.
Yeah.
We didn't know. It wasn't that we were shooting a music video. We were trying to play with cameras. We didn't know how to set the white balance. We didn't know what type of lens to use. All we were doing was experimenting. We didn't... So, in terms of hiring professional staff members, we didn't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
Now, that's going to be confusing. Because we from the street, we've always had an entourage, not a staff.
That's the difference.
So when people think of us back in the day, sure, we had swarmies, but they weren't called swarmies. And we had staff, but they weren't called staff. See what I'm saying? That ain't never changed. That's the same as it is right now. That ain't never changed.
Gotcha. Just saying.
Well, who stopped being staff? Like Talon? Like, you know what I mean? Like who? Really?
No one.
Who stopped being a fan? Nobody.
Nobody. That's right. Han Solo says the magic's happening.
It is. It definitely is.
He also says, back in the day, I was just grateful that to actually play music with anyone. That's awesome. How's everyone doing tonight? Trying a new drink.
You got any openers today?
I do have openers.
This the spaghetti was good,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I did the one thing that I thought I was gonna do:
What?
throw it all over the fucking table.
Right.
Hold on, let me hook you up too. I got you.
Okay. I'll start with an opener.
Sure.
Someone took a poo at the worst time during a sleep token show. Yes, you heard me correctly, folks. So during a sleep token set, it was, I would say, as described, it was a pretty quiet part of the song Atlantic. And as one of the members named Vessel played the keys and sang his heart out, someone thought they could get away with just letting out a little bitsy fartsy. Lo and behold, it was more than just that. They ended up actually taking a giant poo, explosive diarrhea during that song. Everyone around them stepped away. Instead of it being like a subway for a mosh pit, they stepped away because someone decided to poo when they thought it was going to be a fart.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
You said somebody shit themselves at a concert?
Yeah, so during a quiet part of a sleep token song, someone thought they could get away with just letting out like a fart. You know, when you have a fart and you think it's just a fart and it ends up not being a fart. This is one of the farts that end up not being a fart. It ended up being explosive diarrhea.
That's awful.
Right?
Why is they covering that? That's fucked up, man.
I have no clue. I think it's people were taking to Twitter. Someone said
They're
someone
taking to
They
Twitter.
took it to Twitter. And someone literally
What is
said,
that when people say they take it to it?
like, they take the story to Twitter and they post about it. Like people posting on Facebook when they have like trauma and stuff.
It's not a weapon.
It's not, but that's what internet people say and do.
I know, somebody said we suck today, and I was like, no, we don't. You do, because you took the time to do this. Think about it.
You took the time to do.
That sucks. What sucks is you want to tell me that I suck, but you're never going to convince me of being unhappy. So that sucks for you.
Then.
Because you want to make me unhappy. But that's not going to how would that be? I'm in my 40s. I'm not going to listen to some person on the internet tell me, yo, you got to be unhappy, Will. I'm going to tell you no.
That's cyberbullying then.
I'm going to say no. I'm not going to listen to you. And then there's nothing you're going to do about it. And then you're going to be hurting.
That sounds like cyberbullying.
Aren't you doing a show on cyberbullying soon?
I am.
I would teach me about cyberbullying because I don't know a damn thing about it.
Right now?
Anytime.
I mean, I can. I can start off with the definition of cyberbullying.
What is it? Because
The definition.
I don't know. Because I heard Melissa talking about it the other day, and she has a strong stance against cyberbullying, and I was like, what the hell is she talking about? I'm too old for cyberbullying.
Right, because you grew up at a time when the
when you got stabbed
wasn't there,
right?
And your bullies faced you, and
right.
You wished when your bullies faced you that there was a screen to protect you, or a wall, or some sort of thing to protect you.
If there's not hospitals or prison involved, then I'm not worried about it.
Right, you're from a different time when bullies faced you.
No.
This is different.
I don't care when
bullies,
people don't like me. You know when people are like, oh, I don't like you, Will. I don't give a fuck. I don't like you either.
Cyberbullying is sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else.
When people, like, can I
This
tell you?
includes sharing personal or private information about someone else to try and embarrass or harass someone or others. These behaviors are
So they're gonna embarrass you to death?
try to.
That's really hard to do for me.
Right.
You want to know why? Because I'm going to tell you why. Because when I was a kid, this is going to be fucked up, but hear me out. When I was a kid, I was sexually assaulted in a church. So the levels of embarrassment for me, you're not going to embarrass me at all. I've been embarrassed today. I used to have to pull my pants down in front of the police after visiting, showing my butthole. So I'm not, so somebody like me, you can't even embarrass me at all. My own, listen to it. You want to talk about some embarrassing shit? My own mother didn't want me. My own birth mother looked at me and saw the color of my skin and dropped me off on the street. So it's impossible to cyberbully me because you see what I'm saying? Because I've been beaten up by the police. I've been electrocuted and beaten up by the police. I've had my bones broken and put in the hospital. So I don't care about cyberbullying. Fuck cyberbullying. That's useless. I've been wrongfully accused and been put in the front page of the paper where the press and media insult me, slander me, the entire community calls for stoning and killing me and doing life in prison and all type of other shit. All for me to be completely cleared of all charges in a court of law. And nobody ever said sorry. I don't care who likes me or not. Fuck them. Do something about it. Physically do something about it. If you're not going to do that, then I don't care.
Very well said. There is data from a Pew Research Center about the percentages and statistics of cyberbullying in adults.
Can I hear it?
40% of adults have personally experienced some form of online bullying, and 75% of adults have seen cyberbullying around them.
You can't cyberbully me. You can cyber antagonize me, and then I can make a choice what to do with it at that point. But don't you think that you're empowering me? For a person that has self-control, if you think that you're cyberbullying that person, but that person goes, oh, no, that's not cyberbullying. You're trying to cyber intimidate me, but it is actually cyber encouraging me. Okay? And then that puts the ball in my court to make choices. I could say, oh, wow, I feel like somebody's trying to treat me poorly. Now I have the cognitive decision to decide what to do about it.
And that is usually to get off of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I usually tell people, like young kids, to take breaks. Like if really, man, if somebody's...
If you're feeling emotional using social media instead of like it being happy for you to use social media, then you should probably take a break from social media.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're using social media as a diary, you should probably take a break from social media as well. Put that energy somewhere else.
You got to try something new.
Yeah. Another opener I have, though. I have another one.
I love that.
There's a venue in Texas that's banning hardcore. Or trying to ban. Considers banning hardcore after a band named Terror. There was a security incident at this show in Texas.
Okay. Can I hear about it?
So, over the weekend, a security guard stopped anyone from getting on stage to stage dive or even taking the microphone to sing alone Even worse, the security guard then took the microphone from Terror vocalist Scott Vogel to address the crowd mid-song. Shortly after the incident,
What was the song?
It doesn't say what song it was, unfortunately. But after the incident, a show featuring a band called No Cure and another band called My Children, My Bride was moved from the venue due to what No Cure cited as their shitty staff and security in the Terror video.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I love Terror. I don't know what's up with all the motherfuckers, but so what we have here is a moshing thing, and somebody. See, I read this article I'm gonna tell you, I read a different article and it was, and the way it was presented was, heavy metal fans versus hardcore fans.
Apparently, they don't get along.
Really? I'm so unmetal. I don't know shit.
Apparently, those two don't get along.
So when we like traditional heavy metal, like thrash metal or something like that, what type of metal are we talking about? Aluminum?
So I guess hardcore is like in a battle with like metal.
No,
So-
they're not. But they're saying that there are.
That according to that article, they're in a battle. That's why I'm presenting it. There is no real battle. I don't think they really give a shit.
It's so weird because I see so much now on like how fucking totally righteous it is to do multi-genre stuff, dude. Like I'm always seeing that all the time of like people who are like, I'm totally down for multi-genre. It's like, no, you're not.
Especially when you call it multi.
I know, I'm always getting this. People always hitting me up. Like, remember I was just telling you, like, and people be like, okay, well, your genre doesn't get any draw. So it's like, okay.
Is it the genre that's not getting draw, or is it you?
Is it you? Right. So people will be like in a difficult genre and they have a difficult band. So it's like it's tricky to be a gangster rapper and have no fans.
This is very difficult.
Because you're dangerous and niggas hate you to begin with.
That's a pretty difficult situation.
That's what I'm saying. So they're afraid of you. It's hard. Like think of all the people you really love that are celebrities that you don't want to hang out with. Like they're cool as fuck, but you're like, oh fuck that dude, he's dangerous. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like I love the guys from the Jackass movies. They're funny, ha ha ha. Look at them on the TV. That's really cute. I don't want to get my fucking nuts stapled to a fucking dry dock.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, I'm not doing it. Save that type of behavior. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even like they got middle-aged motherfuckers doing this shit, falling off of roofs and breaking their bones and all that. I'm not all for that.
They are living differently.
Right. Just the same. You got people that have like, some people have dungeons in their homes.
That's pretty cool.
But now that's cool. That sounds risky to me. That sounds illegal. Depends on who you are. Now, see, if you have a dungeon in your home, you're fine. If I have a dungeon in my home, that's a charge. What else do you got?
I have Bamboozle organizer getting sued for unpaid loans.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
So, according to a report from NJ.com, there was a lawsuit filed in New Jersey, Monmouth County Superior Court on May 4th, may the 4th be with you, against Bamboozle Festival, LLC, and D. Esposito, I'm sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, by an executive named Anthony Martini. In the suit, Martini...
His name is not Martini.
That's how it's spelled.
I'm just playing.
In the suit, Martini alleges he loaned 4 separate companies, Andy S. Pusito himself, a total of $500,000 to make Bamboozle happen, and was not warned of its cancellation. Or, as Martini puts it, he opened the social media one day and see it was canceled. Yeah.
Well, all this canceling thing. Do you feel like I know, just because I just have to ask you because of your age and culture. Is cancel culture real to you? There's no wrong answer for you.
I don't believe in cancel culture. I think people cancel themselves.
So you think they have more? They imagine more power into this thing than there really is?
Yes, but there is one element that I do kind of agree with in cancel culture.
Okay, because I just want to say this because you had touched on cyberbullying.
Cancel culture is also cyberbullying. Okay.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cancel culture is also cyberbullying, but there is one part though. And that is, there are some creators out there when they do experience this cancel culture cyberbullying. There is an element where they do bring out a person's behavior, and perhaps that person's behavior on the internet comes out and they may have said something in a video or in some sort of content online, and that behavior came out and cancel culture found it and exposed it, and that person's like, oh my gosh, I never should have said that thing, or oh my gosh, never should have done that. And they kind of take personal inventory, and they take a social media content hiatus in order for them to do some soul searching.
They have to recover
from it. My favorite
is that the cancel?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's the cancel. I would say it's the person seeing themselves.
Because,
taking the time to look back on their old
There's some people that you just,
stuff.
It seems like you can't cancel them.
Yeah. Some people can't be. There's been a lot of creators out there that have experienced cancel culture and it never affected them like that.
Kanye West. Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Ed Sheeran.
Tom McDonald.
Yep.
Not that I think all these people are fine. I don't have any problem with none of these people. I don't. Right. I mean, and Ted Nugent, Kid Rock, Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan.
They experience. I think anyone that's a public figure experiences some sort of cancel culture. Which is really a fancy, weird term.
I'm only asking because people have tried this with Melissa her whole life. Since the beginning we started the band.
It's because she's popular.
People have always done that. I've noticed. She is smooth, boy. She lets it roll off.
They're trying to catch you. Be like the press.
Yeah.
Like the tabloids. It's just people fake being...
Just trying to understand it.
Yeah.
Speaking of shitty social media experiments, have you heard of this Bluesky thing?
Bluesky?
Bluesky. It's like a
Bluesky?
Yeah, because everyone's complaining about Twitter nowadays, and I don't know why people are complaining about Twitter. Like Twitter was good at one point. Like you hear all these people complaining about Twitter.
So much drama gets taken and put on Twitter. Why do people?
But that's why I asked you earlier about this whole thing. Take it to Twitter. Sounds like a bad T-shirt.
Literally, oh my gosh, you make a good point, because any entertainment news organization will always say, so-and-so took to Twitter after something that happened at the Grammys.
That's what I was asking. If people wipe their ass and take it to Twitter.
Why do they go to Twitter?
So that was kind of my question. If you were going to go anywhere, it probably wouldn't be there. If I was going to go somewhere, I'd go downtown.
Go to National Garden?
Right, I go to Staples. So I can get some shit printed. Done easy. I got other places to be, not Twitter.
And so did those public figures that are posting on Twitter.
Do you know where I'm going to be after this? ICG. It's ICG game night.
I was about to say anywhere but Twitter.
Right. Which has nothing to do with Twitter. It's funny. I was on Xbox. They say, "Would you like to add your Twitter?" And I said, "No." Usually, anything that has to do with Twitter, I'm out. You know what I mean? If even friends are like, "Hey, you want to post something to Twitter?" I'm like, "Not really."
What if one day Twitter changed its name to Titter?
Well, that's Gio and Melissa's plan. Oh, and John Pemberton.
Make it happen.
So this is Titter Blue. No, I was just kidding. It's called Blue. It's called Blue Sky. Okay. And it's the internet's busiest social media platform. Busiest? So, you know when people are like, we don't have any new music, we don't have any new condoms, and we don't have any new nothing, we don't have any new cartoons, we don't have any new rap music, we got new social media. They'll be like, oh man, what the fuck? People always talk about like there's not new social media, like we're stuck with Instagram. No, there's a lot of different, like Instagram and Twitter copies out there. There's a lot of different type of, TikTok and alternatives to YouTube even. It's just that there's nobody there. So people are like, I'm tired of Twitter. I'm going to go over to fucking Titter. And they go to Titter and they're like, yeah, see, look at me. I'm over here at Titter. I'm one of the big ones up here. I'm a big top poster on Titter. But the problem is nobody else is over there. So your very protest to leave falls on deaf ears. The whole point of you guys empowering social media is basically making them more powerful than they actually are. It's a fucking chat room.
Mm-hmm. Meet post.
So Bluesky is the decentralized Twitter clone. Mm-hmm. It invites. Oh well, you have to get invite to it. You can't even. So it's so special. You can't even use it. So it's
like a speakeasy, but for social media.
Yeah. Remember when Clubhouse was so fucking cool? You couldn't be a part of it. Because that's how something's cool, by not allowing people to try it, not allowing people to examine it or measure it, or letting a limited amount of people do that so they could manipulate it and make adjustments and do everything else that they plan on doing. Twitter is full of people asking others for the Blue Sky access code to avoid being put on the waiting list. It's become the latest platform to be described as the potential Twitter replacement. And of course, all the celebrities want to replace Twitter because Elon Musk is cyberbullying people for their blue checks.
What has the world come to?
I just allow you to digest that on your own. While Blue Sky's beta was made public in February, buzz surrounding the platform grew in April as more Twitter users began posting and flocking there. Right. Here's what you need to know about the platform. When did it launch? 2019, so it's been around for a while. Co-founder Dorsey who co-founded Twitter in 2006 and stepped down as chief executive in 2021, now serves on the board. So he's one of the original Twitter guys. He's part of it. And the platform clarified its relationship to Twitter in a lengthy thread in April, where it said much of nothing.
Nothing was said.
And nothing was said.
For the very first time.
How can you sign up? You can't. And it says, at the moment, the best way to get on Bluesky is to beg them. That's a quote.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is the problem with this internet stuff. Everybody Lexi, I want you to think about this. Everybody wants you to beg them to be their fan. Everybody wants you to beg them to use their products. Everybody wants you to beg them to hear their fucking their beats. Everybody wants to beg them to go to get their groceries and vegetables and meats. Everybody wants you to beg. That's what everybody's big dream is for everybody to go on here and beg. That people love it. That people love going on and begging on the phone, attention on the internet and begging for it. I'm not going to do that.
That's crazy.
So we just go. So there'll be another social media site that pops up. Then we beg to do that. We beg to do that. And we beg. What happened to MySpace?
We've been begging for MySpace.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If there's any indication, what happened to CDs?
Facts.
So I don't know.
And we've been begging for CDs.
Right.
We've been begging for vinyl. We've been begging for lossless audio. We've been begging for no backing tracks and metal music. We've been begging for all of this. But we have to beg to be on social media and it'll be granted.
Right, and everything's gonna work itself out.
What about all the problems of the world? What about water?
Right, we've been
water's fucked. Right. We've been begging for that to be fixed.
Right, we've been begging for a parking lot space since 2018. People, you know what? That's like today when somebody was like, I pointed out, I was like, why are you guys so mad? People are ripping off musicians forever. Like, what's the big deal? People are outraged that musicians aren't getting paid merch cuts. I'm like, lady, musicians don't get paid anything.
At all.
Right. The fuck is wrong with you? All right.
Wow.
So.
What a world.
A world that I didn't recognize 15 years ago because I was in the weight room in state prison and I heard ding 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 and ding 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 and I said, man, I don't know what this shit is. But I really knew that I couldn't play guitar like that or sound like that.
Yet.
So I was like, someday I might not sound like that. And today, I still don't. But the band that was playing that music was a band that I didn't know had so much influence on me. Which is crazy because Melissa the Wolf had influence from a whole nother band, Evanescence. And she won't tell you a lot about it, but she has a tremendous amount of inspiration and, similarities to Evanescence. And we've been told before that we're the XXX rated Evanescence. And it's been said. So, the disturbing part of all this is that one of my main influences is disturbingly so a band that just disturbs me to the core and to the evanescence of my core. The band Disturbed. The band Disturbed I didn't realize how disturbing it is that we are heavily influenced by Evanescence and Disturbed until the other day. Until I was listening to this music and I was like horrified of how much. Now I'm not going to say like we sound like that, but I'm sorry, influence.
Disturbed,
dude. And I have a funny story about Disturbed because, as you know, Disturbed frontman Dave is 50 now.
Yay.
And for you lovely ladies out there, he is single.
Woo!
Who wouldn't want to fuck old Dave? He's got. Listen, first of all, he's got them cool earrings that he can tickle your spots with, and he's got all over the fucking place. So you got to understand this dude. He's on. I don't know why they're covering him. They always cover him because I think I guess he's a tool or whatever. I don't know anything about him personally. I just like the music. I know nothing about him. For all I know, he could be a Skinner. I don't know. Please don't tell me. I hope he's not. So, poor Dave is getting torn up in metal injection. I just want to just share it with you because what isn't funnier than the lead singer from Disturbed being on Tinder? I'm too old for Tinder. Put a 1 in the chat if you use Tinder. Don't lie. Melissa, that goes for you too. You've used Tinder? Oh my God. How long has Tinder been around?
Shit.
I don't even know.
Since I was in like middle school, high school.
I hope it's illegal for those people.
I still had access.
Oh my God. You're under arrest. Now, parents out there, this is why you need to be going in your room right now. Go into your children's room and take away their devices. People are like, yeah, right, I'm going to get killed.
How dare you?
I know. I have rights, I'm 13.
I was playing Animal Farm.
Yeah, you lying. I know it. Nah, and my son tells me all the time about what he was doing. I'm like, I know what you was doing. You were watching all that devil music. This boy he used to watch the devil music. You want me to show you some of this stuff? It's scary.
Sure.
So there's a whole type of rap out there. It's dangerous shit.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like this cuddly shit that you're used to. I'm talking about this shit is fucking serious. No, this ain't no top 40s fucking. No. This is like these kids are these kids are disturbed.
Is this heavier than the song that you showed me with the dun don't do?
Oh, it's heavier than that. This is like, I would call this satanic rap music. That's the kind of music my son listens to. I'm not even kidding.
Right.
I'm not saying he listens to that now. I don't know what
that.
I can't. I'm saying this type of music is about killing people.
I didn't know that was a genre of rap.
Well, when you're a parent, you got to figure it out.
Right.
I didn't know that either. See what I'm saying?
Wow.
Right. It's like, remember when you was a kid?
Talk about discovery.
Yes, you think that, right. You think like you get, like when you, every kid thinks, oh, when I get older, I'm not going to be like my parents. I'm not going to be like the people. Yes, the fuck you are. Why the fuck do people think they're not?
I have no idea.
Don't think that, whatever you do.
Okay.
So, Tinder.
Yes.
He's confirming screenshots floating around that are real. That he commented on his Tinder presence saying, "You'd be surprised it's hard for a guy like me to meet the right woman. I'll tell you, it's been weird so far. Lots of scammers trying to figure out how to navigate this new terrain." So how did it go? Terrible. According...
Terrible!
His name is Draymond. I don't even like this man's name. I thought his name was Dave or some shit like that. Why can't we just call him Dave? Dave. Dave said he's already off the app and he's had a few choice words for the developers on Twitter.
Oh. Why
He took to Twitter.
Why didn't you just go on Tinder? You're on Tinder.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He figured he'd go on. This should tell you exactly why people say shit about us online. They go and pick their favorite.
When they have one problem in one area, they take that problem and bring it to another area. They're so dysfunctional in society. In working communities. Oh my God.
Like if you have a problem at home with your daughter
You should leave it
or your
at
husband,
home.
you don't take that problem and then you go take it to Twitter. Where everybody can misunderstand your problem. You don't take it to all your fake friends that see you for 20 seconds a day and try to get advice. Gosh. So one fan apparently thought that they'd try to be funny and accused Dramian of simply wanting to get laid, and it didn't go well. And this is what he said. I can get laid anytime. I'm picturing this in his voice.
Okay.
I can get laid anytime, and you know that I want it from feeling to drop my pants, and you know that I'm gonna. You sound in my mind. I'm hearing. I saw the quote. Right. And I can get them in the band and fucking them up and okay. He said I can get laid anytime I want if I'm willing to drop in my pants. But my standards are quite high, and I won't dishonor myself that way. He said, listen, to climb his pole, you got to pay the toll. He's looking for the right woman, not just any woman. But, oh, by the way, you're a cock. So he called the guy a cock. So.
Okay.
And I don't care. Looks like they're going to be in Mansfield in August. Problem.
What? There can't be a problem.
There is a problem, but it's a good problem for us because the 18th they're in Mansfield, Mass. And that's when we're playing at Charlie's Hill. So, that's the Friday. We're playing Saturday at Charlie's Hill. So thankfully, come to Charlie's Hill August 19th, and good news for you, Disturbed won't be playing anywhere near Sepsiss that night. And that is about it for our conversation today. It's 9 o'clock.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I hope you guys enjoyed the program.
We had so much more.
We always have a lot more.
This was like, do you feel like this one was boring?
No. I had a good time.
I did too. I didn't even finish the joint. We get to finish it now. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night!
End it!